So here we have the image at 100% in Photoshop, and as we zoom in, it does not look good. What is this mess? There are two ways to transfer digital images taken with the Instax Mini Evo into your phone or your computer. The first way is using the app in the iPhone and using the wireless transfer from the Instax Mini Evo into the iPhone. The second way is to take the SD card out of the Instax Mini Evo and transfer it manually out of the SD card. The difference between these two methods is not just convenience, it will give you different results. So let's look into that. Now I'll turn on the camera. So now let's transfer a picture that I already printed. So we go to transferred images. I already have a couple transferred images, but I want to transfer a new picture. So we go to the playback menu, and then I go to menu here, and then I scroll down to printed image transfer. Yes. And I want to transfer this image right here. So I'll hit OK. So now it's selected, and now I want to transfer it, so I transfer the plus button. Now it's transferring between the camera and the phone. It takes a little bit, it's not instant by any means. And now I have it in the phone right here. So now I can turn off the camera and put it away. And I can look directly on the phone. So let's click on the image right here, and I can modify it a little bit. So I can go to edit, and I can change the background behind the picture. So I usually like the black background because it makes the print pop out, but you can do lots of different other colors as well. So for this particular image, I think this looks pretty good, but let's do the classic black. You can also select the picture to use as a background. So now I hit save, and now this image is saved in my camera roll. So let's check it out. So now I have the image in the camera roll, but when we zoom in, we can see that the quality isn't so great. So let's look into this with more detail on the computer. So the second option for transferring images from the Instax Mini Evo into the computer is to open this flap right here where the microSD card is stored and remove the microSD card manually. So here's my microSD card, and now I put it into this card reader. There. Now I can plug this into a computer and it will act like any other USB flash drive, and I can copy the files from there directly. So in the rest of this video, I'll compare the quality of the digital images taken directly from the camera, either via the SD card or via the direct wireless transfer. And you can see how they will be different. Okay, so let's look at the quality of the images that we transfer from the Instax Mini Evo. First, we have the picture that we transferred wirelessly through the app. So that's this one right here. So we have a nice picture with the picture of the frame and then a black border around it. One thing that does not look so good is that the size of the image is only 93 kilobytes, so that's not good news. Let's look at the image properties of that file. Here we see that the dimensions of the file are only 801 times 801 pixels. So altogether we only have 0.64 megabytes, and that's the whole image. So if you look at the image again, the actual image area of that is only probably half or even less. So we only probably have about 0.3 megapixels worth of information. I do wish that this was much higher resolution than the camera provides via the app. Second, we have the image that we transferred from the Evo via the SD card. So that's this image. That's 1.2 megabytes. Let's look at the image properties. The dimensions of the file are 1920 pixels times 2560 pixels. So altogether 5 megabytes. So that's already much better. And then just for reference, we have the third picture, which was taken with the iPhone 13 Pro on the wide main camera. So that's at 6.4 megabytes. Let's look at the image properties there. So that's 3000 times 4000 pixels, so 12 megapixels. So now let's look at the quality of the images in Photoshop. I'm not going to do anything special in Photoshop. I'm just using as an image viewer. So here we have the picture that we transferred wirelessly via the app. In the middle, we have the picture that we transferred via the SD card. On the left, we have the iPhone image. As we zoom in on the picture that we transferred wirelessly, you can see that the quality of that image is just very, very low. These buildings are extremely pixelated. So now you can see very clearly the quality difference between the three images. So here we have the picture that we transferred wirelessly. It's just a pixelated mess. Here in the middle, we have the picture from the Instax Evo transferred via the SD card. The snow on the mountain peaks is blown out, so the dynamic range of the file is not great. Also, the colors are a little bit washed out, but at least there is detail of the mountains. So you can see these are mountain peaks. And on the left, we have a really nice image from the iPhone. I understand this is a $1,000 iPhone, but the quality of the image transfer is just dismal. I don't understand why Fujifilm decided that the quality of the image transfer we had the app to be so low. Maybe it's the issues with the bandwidth of the Bluetooth transfer, but the quality difference between the SD card transfer and the wireless transfer is just massive. For anything other than Instagram use, I would definitely suggest to use the SD card transfer to get your images of the Instax Mini Evo, because you just get like normal quality files. I mean, they're not great. They're still only 5 megapixels, but at least it's a workable file. So here you can see some details of the buildings. Here's the same image from the wireless transfer. Here you can see the construction cranes, and here just can't tell what that even is. Let's see what it looks like on Instagram. So here's my Instagram account, and you can see I have this picture right here that I just uploaded, the image that's only 90 kilobytes. And on my Instagram feed, it looks just fine. I mean, these are high quality images, and you can't really tell the difference between the two. I'll also show how it looks on the phone. It looks just fine on the phone as well.